We have the freedom to plan our lives starting at birth. Then one day our health changes and we realize we may not have planned for everything. Most of us that reach 65 will eventually rely on others to help us do the things we now take for granted. What's your plan for long-term care? Certified Senior Solutions Specialists can help. Even if you don't qualify for long-term care insurance, you may qualify for a new special critical illness policy that pays cash for conditions that cause most long-term care insurance claims. Call us today to plan ahead.
South Carolina Blue presents Senior Connections, a show about senior issues and events, a guide to active independent living in South Carolina, with your host, Kara Gormley, and financial consultant, Dr. Kevin Skipper.
It's a new year on Senior Connections. Welcome. I'm Kevin Skipper. Glad you joined us today for the latest news, tips, and information about growing older. We have a new face on the program this year. Does anyone out there recognize this face?
Speaking of growing older, you
older?
may not recognize this face.
Well, let's give them a moment to
Sure.
get the name
Take it
down.
in, take it in.
Kara Gormley met her.
Yes.
How about it? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I took a little hiatus from television, but I'm excited to join you and Janet Halliday on Senior Connections.
We had to wait till you get a little bit older before we could bring you on Senior Connections.
One thing that I've discovered is time does not slow down at all. And all of us have parents that we're looking to take care of and hopefully point them in the right direction, as well as seniors who need really good information. So I'm excited to be able to provide that on this show.
And having children can make you feel older, too. How many children now?
I have 3, are you counting my husband?
No, that's the way the math works in my house.
Okay.
My wife has 3 children. I only have 2. How many do you
I have 4 boys, including my husband. 3 very young ones, and then my husband as well. They are now 8, 5, and 3. So, yes, we are very busy at home.
And so that's a fun time over the holidays. I guess you had fun with all the boys over the holidays.
Well, I wish I could say that. You know, I'm sure a lot of folks out there are experiencing this cold and flu bug has been going around. So, unfortunately, Santa Claus had to be very, very picky about when he came to our house because we had people up and down that were a little bit under the weather. But they still had a blast. And you, I hear, have a grandchild.
About 2 months now. And it was, I tell you, Christmas Eve, to hold that baby for about 2 or 3 hours was one of the neatest presents I've ever had. My wife and I were like, no, you hold it. And so it was very, very much an enjoyable holiday.
As exciting as being a mom is, I hear that being a grandparent is even better because you can hold those beautiful babies and then give them back.
That's the story, and I'm sure some of our folks have that same perspective as well. So we're going to do something new this year on Senior Connections.
Yes.
Tell them what we're going to do with the grandchild bragging session. Can you help us?
Yes. Well, you know, South Carolina, we not only have some of the greatest people, but the greatest grandchildren. And just like we all love sharing our stories about our kids and grandkids, we're hoping you'll share your grandchildren with us. Send in their picture here to Senior Connections. Let me get that address for you. It's 104 Corporate Boulevard, Suite 407 in West Columbia. The zip there, as you can see on your screen, is 29169. Send us your pictures of your grandkids. Tell us a little bit about them, their age, where y'all are from, and what makes them so special.
So you can put my picture up now first, and then Janet Holliday's got one she'll tell you about.
Oh, I'm excited.
And then we'll look forward to our viewers. Send in your picture, and we've got more coming up on the program today.
Oh, we've got a lot to tell you about. Now, I was just at the movies over in the Irmo area, and I noticed this new storefront. I said, what is this? Have you noticed? There's a lot of curiosity over there.
And it's got a lot of blue in it, and we'll tell you more about it today and much more on Senior Connections. Stay with us.
Senior Connections, brought to you by South Carolina Blue, here for you. Witt Ash Furniture. And by the South Carolina Medical Endoscopy Center.
As large corporations continue to take over local businesses, Carnegie and Mosley Funeral Home is still family-owned and independent. They believe that bigger doesn't mean better, and people always come before profits. That trust is earned, not bought. The Carnegie and Mosley family has been serving families since 1884. Carnegie and Mosley Funeral Home, they are your neighbors, and you'll appreciate the difference.
At Crescent Construction, we know your home is one of your most valuable assets.
We specialize in roofing and remodeling projects. Leaks, storm damage, and age are all signs you may need to repair or even replace your roof. We perform a 20-point certified roof inspection when most contractors do not. We can better identify issues that may result in further and more costly damage.
A roofing assessment is free, so call us at 781-1900.
We guarantee our team is professional, clean, and dedicated to your satisfaction. So call us today.
Harbor Chase, an assisted living and memory care community, is home to the best, those who live here and those who care for them. Kindness abounds, as does respect for each life and the dignity it has earned. Our highly trained, compassionate associates provide the highest quality of care that engages body, mind, and spirit.
I am so glad my son found Harbor Chase for me. I'm happy here.
Harbor Chase, celebrating senior living each and every day.
Woodash is having a mattress sale. Why pay thousands of dollars for a Visco memory foam mattress when you can get a complete two-piece queen set at Woodash for $3.99? This quality mattress layered with Visco memory foam features a cool, comfortable quilted top for a comfortable, cool sleep every night. Highly resilient, highly durable, and best of all, at a discount price starting at just $3.99 for the two-piece queen set. For the lowest discount prices featuring Visco memory foam mattresses starting at $3.99, shop Woodash today. Woodash, located in the heart of the Vista, 919 Gervais.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. I'm Kevin Skipper. One thing that's on the mind of many of us today is health care. We want some answers to these policies that are coming out, all the confusion that's in the media. And joining us today from South Carolina Blue is Ashley Meservey. Isn't there a lot of confusion out there?
Yes, there is, but hopefully there won't be as much anymore now that we have our South Carolina Blue Retail Center right here in the Midlands in Columbia. We also have one in Greenville and in Mount Pleasant as well. And the whole goal behind the retail operation is to provide that face-to-face interaction that people are craving, especially those that are getting older and want to look someone in the face, eye to eye, and get the question or the answers to those questions that they've been asking.
I'm sure that would be well received. I know many of our seniors hate 800 numbers and press 1 and press 2, and then you get somebody on the other side of the world that barely speaks English. So walking in to talk to a face, that's the model that you're looking?
And it's kind of like that whole motto that, handshake means something, face to face means something like never before. And it's having that personal connection that people need right now, especially with all the confusion and with all the changes, and it seems like they're changing daily. So we're hoping that when people come to SC Blue, that they can not only find the answers to these tough questions, but also connect with someone and really feel like they're in the right place making the right decision.
Well, we alluded to the Irmo area, but we really haven't told folks exactly where you're located. Could you let them know?
It's right off the Bower Parkway, where Bonefish is.
Yes, and the movie theater's over there.
The movie theater, that's where we try to tell everyone. It's right there, so all you got to do is pull up, and parking's great, and an SC Blue insurance agent will be right there ready to
Now you have a mobile unit as well. Tell us about that.
And the goal of that as well is kind of focusing on access to healthcare like never before. We want to provide people with the tools they need in order to make informed, educated decisions about their health insurance. So our mobile unit is traveling to rural communities across the state, to events and things like that, to not only promote South Carolina Blue, but also to help service these plans. You can find out more about maybe finding a better plan, or whatever other questions you could have about your overall health. I mean, that's the goal, is to be really, really involved in these people's lives like never before.
To put healthcare and a storefront together, I think is a timely fashion. And thanks for letting us know more about South Carolina Blue.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, Ashley. And still to come, who rescued who? We're going to talk about senior pets and how they give as much as they get. Coming up, the folks from Palmetto Lifeline join us, and they have some furry friends, so stick around for that. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Darby at Beds & Such. We're a furniture store located at 2265 Augusta Highway, right behind the Chick-fil-A. We buy overruns, discontinued items. This store changes literally every day. You may have seen the national campaigns for new Cool Gel memory foam mattresses. The average price starts at $15.99 and they go into the thousands. This is our new top-of-the-line Cool Gel memory foam mattress. It has high resilient core, 4 inches of Italian latex, 3 inches of 4-pound gel-infused visco foam for a cooler sleep, $11.99 for a queen-size set. This is the national competitor's $3,000 version. It has 4 inches of 4-pound visco memory foam on a high resilient core, $7.99 a queen-size set. We now carry the same high-quality adjustable beds as our competitors at a fraction of the price. This queen fully adjustable bed with massage and wireless remote is only $11.99, and when combined with any of our all-foam mattresses, You could have the ultimate luxury sleep experience starting at $17.99. We invite you to Beds & Such to see what all we have to offer.
We have the freedom to plan our lives starting at birth. Then one day our health changes and we realize we may not have planned for everything. Most of us that reach 65 will eventually rely on others to help us do the things we now take for granted. What's your plan for long-term care? Certified Senior Solutions Specialists can help. Even if you don't qualify for long-term care insurance, you may qualify for a new special critical illness policy that pays cash for conditions that cause most long-term care insurance claims. Call us today to plan ahead.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
Enhance your mobility and independence with a van from All Medical. Choose from a Dodge Caravan or a Honda Odyssey and customize it for your needs. Whether you're slightly ambulatory or in a wheelchair, you'll enjoy knowing you can get around town whenever you want. You depend on All Medical to provide services and products to fit your lifestyle. Now call on All Medical to take you that extra mile.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
You know, choosing a financial advisor is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. You're seeking out a person or a firm that you will entrust your life savings with. I'm Dr. Kevin Skipper. I've been a financial consultant for over 20 years here in Columbia. Our firm is Discipline Financial Management. Here's some questions to ask an advisor. How long have you been in business and what are your credentials? What's your investment philosophy? What is your sales strategy? Let us answer these questions and many others. Give us a call at Discipline Financial Management.
Growing up, my parents worked hard, but they always took time to make us feel special. We had some hard times, but all I can remember is feeling loved and secure. Now they're older, and I want them to feel that same security. They need a little extra help now, so I turn to Retirees Senior Services. They provide services from meals and medication reminders to more detailed care when we need it. When a nursing home is not the answer, get the quality in-home care your parents deserve. Call Retirees, home care made easy.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. I'm Kevin Skipper. You've heard the saying, a dog is truly a man's best friend. And
or woman's.
Or woman's. And they say that seniors who have pets go to the doctor less frequently,
yes,
have lower blood pressure. And so we wanted to do a segment to introduce some of our audience on how they can get more involved with pets in your house or in your parents' house who may be lonely this time of year or any time of the year. Pets are a great resource for seniors.
And Taylor Wilson is with Palmetto Lifeline, and Shep Rustin is a volunteer with Palmetto Lifeline, and you all do such a great job rescuing pets. Who do you have here with us today? And then you also hopefully find homes for them as well.
That's correct. I have Diogi.
Okay.
Diogi is a Pomeranian mix. She's a very calm, sweet girl. She was asleep in the car for most of the trip over here. It was very warm. But she is the type of pet that we would recommend for seniors. We really strongly encourage seniors to look at their lifestyles and their energy levels and select a dog that's going to fit best with them. Kittens and puppies are very entertaining, but they're high energy. They keep you up late, they chew up your stuff, they're very difficult to manage.
Trained.
They have to be trained. With older pets, you have a more mellow personality and you know what size they're going to be. I can't tell you the number of times that we've picked up a litter of puppies and brought them in and thought that they were going to be some sort of Shar-Pei, and they ended up being some sort of Saint Bernard. Those are big size differences for what you're thinking, especially if you live in assisted living or condominium or an apartment living.
Which was new to me when my mother was in assisted living. I didn't realize that some of them allowed pets.
That's correct.
So a good thing for some of our viewers to know, if you're an adult child taking care of your parents, is ask the facility, do you allow pets? What kind of pets? But it sounds like you can actually aid them in matching the right senior with the right dog.
That's right. And we want to ensure that every adopter gets the best pet for them, because we never want the pet to ever be homeless again. So the other part that we really encourage all adopters, but really specifically senior adopters to do, is to have a co-adopter. Find a friend who is willing to take in your pet if something happens to you, if you have an extended stay at the hospital, if you need extra help. Find someone who's willing to take on your pet if you are unable to take care of them for a time, because what we don't want to have happen is to have a pet surrendered because of that.
Now, Shep, I don't want to make any assumptions, but are you a senior adoptee? And tell me who you found. And it sounds like this furry fellow has really changed your life.
Oh, he has. He's so much. We are senior adoptees. A friend of ours that's the CEO of PLL suggested that we take this dog, and we couldn't have been more happy with this dog. This is the most curious, lovable dog you've ever seen in your life. And he was found on the streets of Columbia, Roman streets. And they brought him to PLL and neutered him and got him all fixed up, and we adopted him, and we just couldn't be happier. We don't know anything about him other than he was abused. He was abused a lot.
Some seniors may be asking, I know there's cost involved with shots and all those type of things. What would it cost me to adopt a dog?
So for Palmetto Lifeline, all of our pets come to you spayed or neutered, microchipped, and completely up to date on all their vaccinations. So with that being said, that's a pretty hefty vet bill. Our pets range anywhere from $125 to $300 for an adoption fee, but understanding that financial commitment not only pays for your new pet's vaccinations, microchipping, it also pays for the next pet that we save off of the streets of Columbia who's been in an abuse situation or from the shelters. It pays for them to start their next chapter of their next life.
So give them a call at Palmetto, P-A-W, Palmetto, lifeline.org, and your phone number?
It's 803-465-9150.
Taylor and Shep, thank you so much for being here. There's still much more ahead on Senior Connections. Janet Holliday is coming up to tell you about a new segment she's really passionate about. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning made possible by Beds and Such, located at 2265 Augusta Road in West Columbia.
You may have considered a reverse mortgage. It's very important to understand what this is all about. Joining me is Larry Reed. And Larry, real quickly, what is a reverse mortgage and who's it for?
Well, you know, it's really a very unique loan, Kevin, because it's for somebody that's at least 62 years old and older. It allows them to convert part of the equity in their home into cash, tax-free money, and they never have to make a mortgage payment.
That's great. So if you're considering that, call Larry at 269-1053. We'll give you some more information next week about reverse mortgages. Welcome back to Senior Connections. I'm Kevin Skipper. Senior Connections brought to you by South Carolina Blue. We appreciate their involvement and all of our sponsors' involvement in the program. And, most of us like a good story. What do you think?
Yes, and Janet, we were talking a while back, and you talked about all of the folks that you've encountered along your path and the stories that they've had to tell, and now you're hoping to tell some of those stories in a new segment.
I think this is going to be great.
Yes.
Right. We're bringing back Senior Spotlight, and we're hoping that folks will send in nominees of folks in the community who have either done a lot of community service, maybe a vet, and certainly those people who are celebrating those special birthdays, like 100.
Yes.
It's surprising the number of folks we have in South Carolina that are 100 plus years old, but we would like for the people to send in the nominees. It's a little hard to call somebody on the phone and just say, "Hi, would you like to be on Senior Spotlight?" It's better if somebody nominates you and the reasons why they think you're important and special to be in that spotlight.
Some of our seniors are modest and they don't think 60 years of marriage is a big deal or 70 years of a marriage, but it is. Those are the kind of things. So what we're wanting to say is this is a call to action. Correct. This is invite them how to nominate, who to nominate, so like anniversaries, veterans, whatever you think is special, we need some nominations.
Right, like I said, community service. Maybe it's just like you had talked about your grandchildren. Well, maybe your grandchildren feel like you're just the most special grandparent in the world. And so they nominate that individual for the Senior Spotlight.
Well, Kevin was just talking too about why you love this show so much. Seniors have had such an impact when you were younger on your life.
Absolutely.
And, even as far as the gentleman who married you.
Yes, I had lunch with him recently. Married us 35 years ago, and just a special man. So it could be a pastor that influenced your life.
Sure.
Could be a youth worker. Many of those. We're looking forward to hearing some stories.
Yes.
But it does require you nominating. Tell them how to call and how to get in touch with you to nominate.
They can email us at info@seniorconnections.tv. But we're going to also cover some other issues and services and organizations in this segment. So get those nominees in so that we can get started and Senior Spotlight.
That's great.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
Janet. We're looking forward to it. You know, many of you out there are on Social Security or will be sometime. There's some new changes for 2014. I'll share some of those with you when we come back on Senior Connections.
Harbor Chase, an assisted living and memory care community, is home to the best, those who live here and those who care for them. Kindness abounds, as does respect for each life and the dignity it has earned. Our highly trained, compassionate associates provide the highest quality of care that engages body, mind, and spirit.
I am so glad my son found Harbor Chase for me. I'm happy here.
Harbor Chase, celebrating senior living each and every day.
You may have seen actors on TV talking about reverse mortgages. Well, I am not an actor. I am Larry Reed and I live in the Midlands. For 7 years, I have been meeting face-to-face with older adults throughout the Carolinas and Georgia, supporting them to safely access their home equity with the federally insured reverse mortgage. So please call me. I'll help you understand the program, and then you can decide if a reverse mortgage is right for you.
Growing up, my parents worked hard, but they always took time to make us feel special. We had some hard times, but all I can remember is feeling loved and secure. Now they're older, and I want them to feel that same security. They need a little extra help now, so I turn to Retirees Senior Services. They provide services from meals and medication reminders to more detailed care when we need it. When a nursing home is not the answer, get the quality in-home care your parents deserve. Call Retirees, home care made easy.
Attention, catheter patients on Medicare.
I use catheters, and if you do too, please listen carefully. There is a new catheter that hurts less, and you can get a free sample by calling this number now.
Pain and urinary tract infections have been avoided by many of my patients. These new disposable catheters hurt less. It's an incredible new design that reduces pain. The eyelets are polished, so they glide smoothly and effortlessly across your sensitive skin. Call now and get a free sample. Medicare and your insurance will pay for up to 200 of these catheters per month, all at little or no cost to you.
Call now for your free sample. It will arrive with a complete 90-day order, and if it doesn't reduce your pain, we'll pick them up for free.
Please call 1-800-394-8763. That's 1-800-394-8763. 1-800-394-8763.
At Crescent Construction, we know your home is one of your most valuable assets.
We specialize in roofing and remodeling projects. Leaks, storm damage, and age are all signs you may need to repair or even replace your roof. We perform a 20-point certified roof inspection when most contractors do not. We can better identify issues that may result in further and more costly damage.
A roofing assessment is free, so call us at 781-1900.
We guarantee our team is professional, clean, and dedicated to your satisfaction. So call us today.
We have the freedom to plan our lives starting at birth. Then one day our health changes and we realize we may not have planned for everything. Most of us that reach 65 will eventually rely on others to help us do the things we now take for granted. What's your plan for long-term care? Certified Senior Solutions Specialists can help. Even if you don't qualify for long-term care insurance, you may qualify for a new special critical illness policy that pays cash for conditions that cause most long-term care insurance claims. Call us today to plan ahead.
Welcome back to Senior Connections, presented by South Carolina Blue, and it's time now for some financial insights. Dr. Kevin Skipper, your financial consultant with Disciplined Financial Management. Plenty of changes when it comes to Social Security in 2014. Let us have them.
Yes, some things. Finally, a cost of living adjustment, about 1.5%. Nothing to write home about, but that'll put about $19 a month in most people's pocket. Then the amount subject to Social Security has gone from $113,000 to $117,000 this new year in 2014. You still have to work to have 40 credits to qualify for Social Security, but now it takes a little more to get one credit, about $1,200, and 40 credits to qualify. So these are just a few of the changes occurring when it comes to Social Security in the new year. It's now time for our book giveaway.
All right.
And
this is my first one by chance.
The Gratitude Principle is an excellent book, and we'll give that to the 5th caller at 748-1317. So give us a call, and we'd like to put that book in your hand. So it's been great to have you with us today, and look forward to many more shows.
Yes,
and,
an exciting new year ahead of us. And in addition to calling in for the book, we also want your story ideas. What do you want to learn about? What do you need to know a little bit more of? Contact us here at Senior Connections, and we hope to answer a lot of your questions in the year ahead, in addition to the financial insights with our extra $19 a month.
Absolutely. So I'm Kevin Skipper, and you're?
Kara Gormley Metter. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us today. Stay tuned next for the South Carolina Endoscopy Senior Connections Extra. We'll see you next week.
Colonoscopy is a screening procedure to protect patients from colon cancer by looking for polyps and destroying them. Everyone should have a colonoscopy starting at age 50. If you have additional risk factors such as family history or previous polyps, you start earlier.
The South Carolina Medical Endoscopy Center is the place to get a colonoscopy done because it's the simplest and the staff is very friendly, and Dr. Lloyd was just great.
For more, contact South Carolina Medical Endoscopy or go to wistv.com and click on Health.
Welcome back. It's now time for the South Carolina Medical Endoscopy Senior Connections Extra. Each week at this time, we want to bring you the latest tips, news, and information about how to avoid, detect, and prevent perhaps one of the only cancers that would be preventable if you take action. Our topic today, I like new. Joining me is Dr. Stephen Lloyd, and he's got some new things to talk about. And Dr. Lloyd, if given the choice between old and new, we usually choose new.
That's right.
Because you've got some great new things happen. Most of our viewers would say that new means new technology, a new location, probably new staffing. Tell us about some of the new things in store for the new location.
We've always tried to be innovative. We've brought a lot of innovation to the state. We were the first to have video endoscopy. We were the first to use carbon dioxide, the first to use anesthesia. But now we have a lovely new facility, over twice as large as are the facility. And we also have new equipment that allows us to see more of the colon. It allows us to see around the turns. And so we're working very diligently to be sure that we protect everybody from getting colon cancer. We already have the highest protection rate in the country, but we have new technology that allows us to even do better. We want to be sure that no one ever dies of colon cancer.
And when we say better, you have one of the highest numbers. That's actually a measurable number.
It is a measurable number.
Talk to me about an ADR. What is that for our viewers?
The adenoma detection rate is the measure of quality for a doctor doing colonoscopy. Simply stated, it is the proportion of patients that the doctor finds at least one precancerous polyp. We know from autopsy series that about 42% of patients have polyps, have precancerous polyps. So if your doctor's ADR is anything lower than 42, then they're probably missing some of these precancerous polyps. And the whole purpose of colonoscopy is to interrupt what we call the polyp to cancer sequence, which takes about 10 years. From the time a polyp starts until it turns into cancer takes 10 years. If we do a colonoscopy during that time, take out the polyps, you can't get cancer. And so our job is to have a high ADR to remove all the polyps to protect the patient entirely from ever getting colon cancer.
So tell us where the new location is and how soon will you be there?
2631 Forest Drive will be here in January.
In January.
We're so excited.
So let's say it together.
New is better.
So thank you for great information. Excited with you about the new location. Give them a call and set up an appointment for the new year. It's a test that can save your life. I'm Kevin Skipper with the South Carolina Medical Endoscopy and Senior Connections Extra. We'll be back next week.
Senior Connections, brought to you by South Carolina Blue, here for you. Whip Ash Furniture. And by the South Carolina Medical Endoscopy Center.